Our next guest joining us live, coast to coast and border to border on iHeartRadio today. Also 990 WBOB out there in Rhode Island, all places. The Mix on Tuesdays, and of course you can find us each and every day over there at JiggyJaguar.com. We have got our next guest with us today. She is fantastic, and she is amazing, and of course, I go to talk to a hot chick on camera, and what happens? The trolls call in. Give me just a few seconds here, my friend.
All good.
Oh my God, all the shenanigans. Okay, let's go back to our guest. She is live as live can get with us today. She is busier than a ferret in a jello fight. And go ahead and give me a brief introduction on yourself, my friend. Tell us a bit about yourself.
Yeah, hey, so Naïmah, I'm in Los Angeles. It's like a nice sunny day as always, but singer-songwriter from DC originally, but I'm doing music for my artist stuff and like the pop rock kind of genre, and then writing music for film and TV. It's been great, and I'm so stoked to be here with you on this Mother's Day Sunday.
Yes. So,
to be here. Thank you.
So how did you get started doing this music thing?
Yeah, so I feel like it's crazy because I think I've actually been really shy, which is surprising because my music does not represent that. But I'll say I think I always like loved writing and just like observing everything around me and making music and writing music and using that as a space, to be more expressive than I was day to day. So I've been doing it since I was like 4, since I had my little toy guitar. I've been doing it ever since. I released my first song in 2013, and it's just been uphill from there. It's been great.
Fantastic. So, How do people get in touch with you online? Social media, websites, all these things?
Yeah, everything is under Naïmah Music, so Naimah Music. I'm on Instagram. I use the most, but Instagram, Facebook, website, SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple, all the things. I loved like sharing moments of the process of like how I make and release songs, like the visuals behind things. I like to use my like Instagram a lot for that kind of behind the scenes interaction. So it's my favorite platform at the moment.
We have got a great guest with us today. She joins us live here on our big program, Coast to Coast and Border to Border on iHeartRadio today, Naïmah. And so when you started doing the music thing, who were some of your musical heroes and influences?
Yeah, so I for some reason, Alanis Morissette always comes first. I think that kind of like angsty but like raw female vocal style, the Fiona Apples. I'm a 90s baby, and I think it shows, like the Fiona Apples, the Nirvana, and then further back from that, the Nina Simones, the Beatles, like very classic kind of long-standing melodies and lyrics that still kind of resonates with me today. Like I still kind of go back when I'm looking for music more so than with today's music. So I think that kind of filters into how I approach the stuff I do as well.
Good stuff. Yeah. We have got a great guest with us today. She joins us live here on our big program, Coast to Coast and Border to Border on iHeartRadio today. Naïmah is with us. She is fantastic. So, with your music, what has been some of the different things that you have accomplished over your time here?
Yeah, so I think one of my most exciting recent things. So everything I do, the pandemic, let's just start there. Like the pandemic shifted so much of how I make music and how I approach music. And I've actually had to transform my whole house to record in my closet, do sessions on Zoom, all of this kind of in-house production. Yet at the same time of having to step up to that and record myself, I had this door open of getting my music in film and TV. So the last year, I've seen an uptick of my songs that I'm literally making here at home now, like on the big screen and on major networks on the CW, in film trailers. And it just blows my mind that you can create something, thinking like, oh, I'm just at home, like making music. And then to see it in these big spaces just happens so quickly in that learning curve. So that's something I'm really excited about because I've always loved. And I found like my own music back in the day from TV shows. So having music in shows was like a really has been a great big deal for me. I'm very excited about that.
Fantastic.
Very stoked.
Fantastic. Well, we are going to do this. I'm going to place you on a brief hold here. We're going to play your track, and then we're going to come back and talk about it. Right now, it's Naïmah. Whose side are you on? And it is here on your big broadcast, coast to coast and boulder to boulder on iHeartRadio.
How does it feel to be so revealed on the outside? The war has been waged, but you can't escape from your own mind. No flag to wave in the wild air, no hero in you is there. When you follow your lies into this fight, into this world. Whose side are you on? Whose side are you on? Are you in or are you out? Are you with what's going down? Who will you win or lose on? Whose side are you 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 on? Are you in or are you out? Are you with what's going down? Who will you win or lose on? Whose side are you on? Whose side are you
That is Naïmah. Whose side are you on? And it's here on your Sunday radio broadcast, coast to coast and border to border on iHeartRadio today, and also AMFM247.com. We go back to the Skip Skype, the old Skype-a-rooney, and we have got Naïmah back with us. So, Naïmah, whose side are you on? Tell me a little bit about this song, my friend. Tell me all about it.
Yeah, so this song is it's a recent song of mine, and my recent release. I did it with two of my favorite co-writers and collaborators, and we got together, and we're just, I was going through this mood of like, it's so hard these days. People are just so wishy-washy, and honestly, like in this middle place of like, afraid to speak up, afraid to pick a side, and to this whole kind of like, whose side are you on? Like, have a backbone. What are you going to stand up for? What are you doing? Like that kind of message just kind of led us into this song that I love so much. So much. Yep.
So take me through the writing process for this song.
Yeah. So like so many crazy things. So the two collaborators, one of them is in Virginia, the other is in Pennsylvania, and here I am in Los Angeles. So we got together on Zoom as we've been doing these days, and just the back and forth of, for me, like I start with a melody and some kind of like hooky lines that whose side are you on line led us into figuring out the story from there. But yeah, so we wrote it like instantly in about an hour, maybe an hour and a half, and I recorded it a few days after in my apartment. And as you can imagine, doing vocals like that in what was at the time a shared apartment was definitely an ordeal, and I'm sure my neighbors could be less than thrilled of me singing over and over again at the top of my lungs. But I'm very stoked for how it came together and what's possible, these days in your own space.
Naïmah with us today. She joins us live, being noticed by Billboard's editorial director with only one song uploaded on SoundCloud isn't an everyday thing. Tell me a little bit about this.
Crazy. It's my first song, Wolf and I, fresh out of college, that I had put out on my on my SoundCloud. I woke up in the middle of the night to just all these messages, all these texts, all these emails. I was like, what is going on? And I had found out that the then editorial director of Billboard had found my song, had shared it. It had won some Billboard contest that was going on that I had no idea my song was like in the space for, and it just instantly propelled shows up and down the East Coast, radio appearances, publicity, all of these things just catapulted me in a moment that was so unexpected.
Fantastic. Naïmah with us today.
So
she joins us live, coast to coast, and border to border on iHeartRadio today and 990 WBOB. So, before we let you go, how do people get in touch with you online, social media, websites, all these things?
Yeah, so please join me on Instagram, one of my favorite platforms, at Naïmah Music, Naimah Music. But my music is out there on Spotify, Apple Music, Pandora, everywhere you listen to music. I'm sharing it there. Everything's under Naïmah. And I'm just super stoked to listen to this channel, be a part of this. Like, I love radio. This is so great. And I'm just so stoked that we could spend this time together.
Fantastic. Well, you have got some great stuff going on. Thank you for doing this.
Thank you.
And we will talk to you soon. Have yourself a wonderful, wonderful day, my friend.
You too. Thank you so much. Talk soon.
Thank you. There she goes, Naïmah. And we are going to take a brief time out while we get our next guest going.